Hi guys, welcome back to Charlie and me, our camping vlog, the van build. Today we're still doing the deconstruction. Let me tell you a bit about yesterday. So I got my local mechanic, Anthony Power, to drive the ambulance on his insurance down to Clonmel, about 25 kilometres. I had to get a form stamped which basically just said that the VIN number and all the details on the VIN plate is the exact same as the logbook. We then drove home, parked the ambulance. I went back to Clonmel and I said, I'm going to hand this in to the motor tax office. Thankfully it was open. And the girl there said, oh, that's the wrong form. And she handed me another form. I had to go back. First of all, I had to put in my name, address and my details, which weren't on the other form. So I had stapled my name, address and contact details. I just thought that was unusual. So she said to me, that was the wrong form. So she gave me a new form that needed my name, address and details, the garage stamp, and then had to be signed and noted by either a solicitor, a peace officer, or commissioner of votes. So she wouldn't staple the original garage stamp to it. So I had to go to the garage again and ask, could they stamp it? They were fantastic. It was Freeman's Garage in Clonmel. It's a DOE centre where I will be taking this and my camper from now on to get DOE'd because they were brilliant. They stamped the form. I then had to ring a friend who told me who a commissioner of votes was, because I don't know who they are. I rang that chap. He was available. He's also, I think, chairman of the Carers Association of Ireland. He's a local politician. I then got that stamped for no cost, but I put a donation into the carers box. I ran back to the tax office. I queued. There was probably 5 people in the queue, and I let a few people go because I wanted to get the same girl. I gave her the forms, and she went, oh, she says, we don't want them. She says, you've got to send them to Shannon. So I came home. This was parked out in the yard. It was lashing rain all day Tuesday. So I came home, took the camper out, put this in, put the camper in, and I went home and I did some video editing and I had some work to do and scripting for today's podcast. So today, my friend Deirdre is coming out to help me. There's another mechanic here, Anthony, who has loaned me some power tools, and there's bolts in the floor that we just can't get out. I'm going to have to jack up the van, get underneath the van. So instead of jacking it up, I'm going to drive it up on my chocks from the motorhome. I have pretty big chocks here. And I'm going to drive it up and put blocks down behind it so it doesn't roll down on me. And hopefully we're going to get all the bolts up. So I'll tell you what, I'll show you what the plan is for today with the bolts I'm hoping to get up out of the floor. And if I got that done with the help, I think, now if I get more done, brilliant, but I think the rest of it is kind of a one-man job. But my buddy Jeremy said that he's only a phone call away. So I'll show you what the plan is for today. So we got these bolts up, and the plan for today is to get these bolts up, but they're under the exhaust and a couple of cross members. And then there's this bracket here that held cylinders of CO2. I want to try and get those bolts up. And these are the seat brackets. Now, they're held in with a couple of bolts in there, which are also under the floor. If I can get that one out, I'll be quite happy, to be honest, because that one is the only one that's really... This one, again, if I can get it out, but I don't mind because I'm actually putting a seat there and I can use that as the base of the seat. The only thing is if I build a seat, I've got some storage where that's a sealed unit. So we might get that up today. So I'll be happy to get the seats out. I'll be happy to get this out. I'll be happy to get those bolts out. But I'd be really happy then if Deirdre is with me, if we can lift that out in one piece. The diesel heater is there. I just have to disconnect 2 hose pipes, but I'd love to get that out in one piece. And if I got that done today, I'd be quite happy. Now, on a previous video, I was showing you this electrical point. I'm sorry, but the torchlight comes on when you're in a dark area. This is an unusual electrical point that is on the ambulances that doesn't normally... I'll be changing that. Well, I wasn't going to change it for a camper power point, but I am now because I'm finding it very hard to get the socket to plug into that from our electrical wholesalers. So I was on to Pat Horan Motors, where I bought my motorhome and I buy the bits for the camper vans. And he's actually posting me out the socket for that because I really want to plug this in. When we get most of the stripping here, I want to take a break from it for a while as well, but I'd like to plug this in and then get my meter and see what's charging and what's not charging and what needs to be done on the electrical front. So for today, I've got the kettle on. Dermot's going to be here soon and we're going to tear into the floor. I'm not going to record it for you. But I'll show you the afters. Okay, it has not been a productive day. Excuse the noise. My buddy Deirdre Say hi, Dermot. I said say hi, Dermot, just about say hi, Dermot. You're supposed to be funny. That's me buddy Dermot. He's going to give me a handout anytime I'm stuck. And believe me, I showed you this morning. Let me turn the camera and I'll show you what we didn't get done. So what we did get done was those bolts out. I climbed underneath and Dermot got at them. What we didn't get done, we can only get to 2 of those bolts. So it's going to be an angle grinder job. And we can't get to those bolts because of the diesel fuel tank. So that's going to be an angle grinder as well. So the plan now, because I'm going to be honest, we started at 10:30, it's now 12:30, and we kind of feel like we've got nothing done, to be honest, with the exception of those 6 bolts. Now, as you know, I want to keep this bench all along here, but I want to move it out to here. The problem we're having is we can't find where the bench is actually bolted to. We took out some top bolts, we took out some bottom bolts, we've disconnected the heating vent, the air vent. So Dermot reckons the only thing we're going to do is take off the doors, take off the shelves, and there's bound to be hidden brackets, especially in under that bottom shelf behind here. He reckons that he found some bolts in there. If we can get this out today, I'm going to call it a day. So we had to call in the big guns. Myself and Dermot are an hour trying to get that shelf unit out. And it's just caught where Lee there, that's the chap from next door. It's just caught where he is. I'm going to give it, we're going to cut that fade out. I'm going to give it another 10 minutes and then I'm going to call it a day. In fairness, we were at that for, it's 2 o'clock, we were at that for an hour. We got it all loose, and as you can see, I'll take the camera over and I'll show you, but myself and Deirdre ended up calling Lee from next door with an angle grinder. We made a bit of a mess, but hang on, I'll show you the bit of a mess we made. So it's gone, because there it is there. And I really want to reuse as much of that as possible. That's the ducting for the heating. We had to angle grind. This was coming out anyway. All of that is coming out anyway. This unit was connected to that unit with 2, we don't know with what, but we're saying about what, 4 inches, 8 inches maybe it was connected. So we're wondering where Dermot is looking now. Are we going to have the same problem there? I don't think so. Lee reckoned that this unit and that unit were lifted in as one. That definitely looks like a separate head unit, doesn't it?
It is separate, yeah.
Yeah, because it's a different finish with the corners. But we're now at 2:05. I wanted to be out of here at 1 o'clock today. And that's out. Right, we didn't have success with that, but we now have an angle grinder. We now have an angle grinder to take that out. But we did have success with all of these. So in fairness, and my plan is just to patch them with bits of wood, because, you know, a rug will clean up that mess. And I really wanted to keep that wheel arch. So I'll just get this piece of plastic here, keep the corner bits. And then we're going to call it a day. And I really appreciate Lee's help. And Dermot, thank you, sir, for giving me a dig out today. Okay, we didn't get done what we wanted to get done, but we did get a lot done. So we're going to put the camera away, tidy up, take the ambulance back down off the chocks, because we're not getting underneath it again. And I'll talk to you another day, which will be in a couple of seconds. Good morning, people. You're going to have to bear with me today. I came off without my camera equipment and without microphones, so I'm actually doing this on my ordinary Samsung phone. Good day yesterday with Dermot. We managed to get that, as you would have seen from the video, that press out. So today's plan, and I'll take the camera in and show you. I'm on my own today, and I don't mind that, because today's plan is just to take out the rest of this high press that we demolished yesterday. I'm also going to take a look at taking out the backing of this press, because I need the full width of the van for the bed. And I'm also going to look at taking out the press down the end, because I'm hoping to put the toilet in there. So just let me take this and show you what the plan is for the rest of today. So yesterday when we took out this unit along here, it was connected to a long unit here. So I'm hoping to take that out today. I'm also going to be taking these walls out. Now I can't take them all out. I can only take them out down to here because of the hydraulic system there. So I'm going to look at taking out most of this and the sides, and I would love to get all of that out. Might even get the angle grinder and cut these bolts out, but I would love to get even all the wood out and the shelving from inside there, because that's accessible from the outside. Now this I'm hoping to make into our toilet with access here to take out the cassette. So I'll take those shelves out. I've bits and bobs to do later on, so I'm only out here for a couple of hours this morning. So whatever little bits I can get done today, I'll be quite happy with. And the fact that I came without the camera equipment, I was hoping to set the GoPro up there on time lapse and just be recording everything that we do. But look, I was only coming out for a couple of hours. I think it's only 9 o'clock now, and let's make a start on it. What a job I had getting that frame out from there. I am dreading that one down there and this big long one here. Oh gosh, I still just have a few little bits. Fabulously put together. Absolutely brilliantly held together. But that's one piece done. That took an hour. Okay, so that one's gone. I'm leaving that bit down there because that's going to be under the bed, and I'll wait until I get all the hydraulics moved. I managed to fix the cable I broke earlier on. It's 20 past 11. I'm going to take a little break, and then I think I'll just take the doors off this, take the shelves off from the inside, and then I'm going to call it a day. As I'm doing this build, right now, as I say, I forgot my cameras today, and I will be setting up the GoPro, especially when the build starts. But so far, look, I knew going into this it's going to be a lot more difficult than I thought it was, because I've watched enough guys doing it, and I know if you set a budget of £2,000, it's going to cost 3. And because I'm doing the camera work, everything is going to take a little bit longer. I don't mind that. However, there's one thing that I've hated so far on this build, and there's been quite a lot of it, and I'm going to show you now. Now, hate is a very strong word, but I hate these things, not that. These things, the covers that are on all these, you have to pop them off. Some pop off brilliant, some don't. Okay guys, 11:45, I'm going to call it a day. I've got the shelves out there on one wall. I really would like to take that unit out as one. I've got to wait to get the angle grinder to cut these out. I'm quite happy with today's progress. That one is totally gone, and that one is totally gone. Now this press here, the bed will be going up about the height of the window, and from below the bed this press will be coming out twice, because that's going to be my gas locker, which will be accessed from outside. Right, gonna call it a day. End of this video. I kind of only want the videos to go to about 15, 18, 20 minutes tops, and I think this one is going to do that. We'll talk to you again next time from the van build with Charlie and Mayor camping vlog, with thanks to our friends at garysglue.ie.